that was inspiring. That was inspiring. Beautiful, beautiful Ruth Miller got a hold of me not too terribly long ago and said, there's a space in May for you. I said, oh, cool, okay, well, I'll pray about that. And so we decided that inspiration was a beautiful topic for this day. And I was so inspired by your celebration that you went through the difficulty and the challenges and held that space. That's so inspiring to hear that the beautiful part is that you are now moving into your home. So I'm just feeling like the whole energy of this day is all about how we are inspired in this world. So I prayed, and I meditated, and I held in my heart the most powerful aspects of inspiration in my life that I see flowing out from us and coming in. And I began to feel a stream of consciousness coming through where it was flowing. It felt like a channeling. It was hard and fast and quick, and I'm saying, please slow down. And I grabbed my computer, and I typed, and I typed, and I typed. Well, you guys know me, and usually when I'm reading it, I lose you. And when I'm coming from my stream of consciousness, we have a great time. But today, this is stream of consciousness, and I have to read it because it's too much to have memorized or remembered. So I'm going to start with this today. And I gave you a taste if you went and saw the little video to welcome you today on this day, this Memorial Day weekend. I am inspired by the unwavering resilience of the human spirit, especially in those who dare to heal, to witness one turning inward, to face their wounds with compassion, their stories with courage, is to witness sacred alchemy, the sacred alchemy of transformation. Inspiration for me is not a fleeting feeling, it's a state of deep reverence for the path of healing that each soul takes. When we choose healing, we're not only liberating ourselves, but we're freedom rippling across the world. I am inspired in the quiet, often invisible moments where true challenges take place. The moments we forgive ourselves and finally speak the truth that we have held in our bodies for so long. The journey of our soul's evolution begins there. As a coach, I've been devoted to a sacred work to hold space, not for just people's breakthroughs, but for the sacred unraveling that precedes them. Healing is not linear. It's a spiral, it's wise, and it's divinely timed. And every time we say yes to that inner healing within us, the world shifts. I'm inspired by the divine intelligence of our pain. I've come to understand that every wound is truly an invitation, not to be fixed, but to be felt, to be honored, and to be transmuted. Our soul's evolution is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who we are beneath the conditioning, beneath our trauma, and our silence. When we are guided back to this truth, we rise with a power that is both ancient and revolutionary. And it is that rising that fuels my devotion. I'm inspired because I have seen what is possible when one comes home to themselves. That feeling of, oh, here I am in the present moment. That sense that the present moment only holds for us that nothing else can. When we're busy worrying about our past, we are not present. When we're so concerned about what's to come, fearful and uneasy, we are not present. But in this present moment, we do come home to ourselves. The healing journey is not easy, but it is sacred. And when the phone rings at a moment like that, we all need to take note of it. Can you turn to each other and say, the healing journey is not easy, but it is sacred? Turn to your neighbor and just share that. Your healing journey is not easy, but it is sacred. Right, you guys? It's not easy, but it's sacred. And it's worth it. Because the evolution of our souls brings us into this lightness that this third dimensional body in its denseness cannot hold. And so it's time to heal. To hold space for someone through this process is to witness the divinity in motion. It's to witness a rebirth, a reclamation, and it's to experience radical love. It is my prayer that everyone that hears and feels into these words has a stirring in their own soul to heal. Ready to rise, ready to remember, and ready to reclaim. I am inspired by the strength it takes to choose healing in a world that teaches us often to suppress our pain, to deny emotion, to mask our struggles. It takes profound courage to turn inward. I'm moved by quiet bravery of those who make a choice to face their wounds, not with shame, but with compassion. You see, non-judgment of self and non-judgment of the world opens us up to a love that is beyond measure. But when I am judging you, when I'm judging myself, or when I feel the world's judgment upon me, I don't have that space to come into. Every time we choose to grow through our pain, instead of being defined by it, our souls are awakening. And that should inspire you deeply, as it does me. I'm inspired by the sacred and personal nature of transformation. Healing doesn't always have to look dramatic. It often happens in the stillness, in the moments when someone finally lets go and takes a deep breath and speaks the truth that has long been buried. This journey is never about perfection. It's about remembering who we are in our core. I am light. You are light. Turn to your neighbor and whisper, you are light. Doesn't it feel good to say those words to another? To say it to yourself? I have a practice. I get up in the morning, I look in the mirror, and I say, I love you, you are light. And sometimes I go, really? Really? But shake that off and say, yeah, really, I love you, and you are light. What is this day going to hold for us today? Hold your light, be your light, let your light shine. When we heal, it removes the layers that allows your light to shine so brightly. I'm inspired by the truth that pain is not punishment. It's a portal. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every shadow that we face is a gateway to deeper self-understanding and soul growth. This path of evolution doesn't ask us to become something new. It asks us to return to what has always been within us. The sacred art of remembering. I truly believe, and I think I've said it right here on this stage before, that we have a contract that we said, okay, all right, I'm going to planet Earth. I'm going to have that body. Sure, that's a good one. Okay, and that family, a little crazy, but I can do that. I want to feel every human emotion. I want to see it all, feel it all, be it all. And at the other side of it, I am going through that. I am going to rise and I am going to shine. I am going to evolve my soul in this life of human experience. And that's why I'm here. Soul evolution. I'm on it. And then we come careening in on the thing we didn't read the fine print, which said, oh yeah, and you're not going to remember who you were. And so here we are, suffering and in pain, challenged and worried, frustrated, lonely, abused, until we're not. Until the light within shines in a way that we begin our healing journey. Do you think that's inspiring for ourselves and for one another? When we see someone healing and standing up and breathing again, I'm inspired. How about you? That is it. That is the stuff. That is the balm that we were made for, that sacred salve, to go through all the hard things and come out the other side, so to speak, through remembrance of who we are and what we came here to accomplish. And each and every one of us has a soul job to do that. We can choose to remain in the status quo, and that's okay. If you believe in next time around, you might have to do this again. But it could be that. But we have a choice. We can stay there, and it's okay to live life from that place, or we can step into the evolving soul that's longing to be embraced, nurtured, cleared, and loved. You. I love you in the mirror, and you are light. That. When we are in remembrance of this healing journey, we begin to embody more love, more compassion, more gentleness, more kindness, and more power. Not the kind of power that pushes people aside and makes us stand in the center, but the kind of power that opens your arms so widely that we can hold sacred space for ourselves and for others in our community, in our families, and in the world. I'm inspired because I have witnessed the beauty of people coming home to themselves. I feel like I'm standing in a room of many who are in this beautiful journey with me. Healing is not reserved for the few. Know this. It is your birthright. Each and every one of us are here to do the healing, to become whole and evolved. When we claim this wholeness, we are not only transforming our own lives, we become anchors of change for our families, community, and the world. And I believe the more we heal, the more we evolve, and the more light we bring to the world. And that's what came through on a day like none other. But then I thought, but where's the boots on the ground? Where's the stuff? So I came up with 5 attributes that I think that if we consciously think of them, plenty of time, consciously think of them, that it helps us in this shifting energy. So the first one is calm. And wherever calm goes, peace holds hands. Can you imagine that? Flow with peace and gratitude for who you are, and you choose whether you don't or you do. But when we are in calm, no matter how much there is a storm around us, do you know that in the big, what are those called down in Florida? Tornado. The tornadoes, they spin and they spin, but you know what's happening in the center of that tornado? It's still, it's calm. Be the calm of the storm. Be the center, so that we can hold sacred space for ourselves and all around us. The next one, so calm, next attribute, is happiness. Where happiness is, joy holds hands, right? If we can be in joy for no reason, We are shifting the energy in any room that we are in. I believe that this is true. The secret is to be in joy and happiness all the time. That's my thoughts. I learned this word, and I'm going to teach you a new word because I was just profoundly struck by this word. It's eudaimonia. Do you know what eudaimonia means? Okay, it's a new word. Say it with me. Eudaimonia. Eudaimonia. It's not spelled how it sounds. It's, let's see, how do I spell it? Eudaimonia. It's a Greek word that in its translation is happiness and well-being. But it's far beyond that. Aristotle lived a life where he expressed eudaimonium. 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 Your turn. As a state of grace moving through the world in our light, where that when we see it, we go, eudaimonium, eudaimonium. Be that. Be that. In our joy and in our happiness, let us be that. The third attribute, so we've got calm, eudaimonium, happiness, and forgiveness. The literal Greek translation to forgive is to let go. Let go of what? Let go of the stories that keep the emotional state trapped. That simple. When we begin to still our mind, unjudged, releasing the story, thank you, shh, and become emotionally intelligent by saying, what is this emotion I am feeling? Oh, shame. But our emotions, they're not tangible. We can't touch them and squeeze them, throw them this way or stick them over there. They are just a part of us. Just that emotional state is this feeling that we can't seem to get through. But when we don't judge it, when we recognize that an emotion isn't good or bad, it's a human reaction to life, and it's always okay. What would happen if I sat still and stilled my mind, quiet down the story? Thank you. Shh. Oh, shame. Here you are. You're not good or bad. You're a human reaction to life, and it's okay. Science has proven that in 90 seconds, if you still your mind and tend to an emotion without judgment, acceptance, and just allowing it to be and feeling your feelings fully first, that the emotion begins to dissipate. It begins to thread thin. And in that place, we can alchemize it. We can bring it up into expanded energy of a love, light, grace, what we might call that fifth dimensional energy that is so expansive. Alchemize. You guys are alchemists. You can take an emotion that is waning and charge it into light and expand your emotional state. I promise you it works. If you say the woo-woo girl on Sunday said, so I'm going to try it, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I invite you to be in the stillness of your own heart, in the healing of your own energy, to just quiet a story. And for me, I didn't know how to quiet my mind, and great meditation, how do you do that? But I have found that the very breath that we breathe is a beautiful tool to still the mind. And so I would do a 4-sided breath. Breathe in 4, hold 4, 3, 4, breathe out 4, hold 4, empty. And when I was telling my breath to breathe, instead of just letting my breath breathe itself, I don't tell it to breathe when I'm breathing, but when I give it consciousness and say, in 4, hold 4, out 4, empty 4. It's taking my mind to be with the breath. So that when a little thought comes in, oh, like you are such a naughty girl, you should be so ashamed of yourself, whatever that is. I'm sticking on shame today, so that's a little story. I go, oh, shh. Shh, thank you. Non-judgment. Thank you. Back to the breath. What is this feeling? In that quiet space, you can ask, what is this feeling? And there it comes. And when it does, oh, how shame. I'm feeling you fully first. Ooh. But you're not good or bad. You're a human reaction to life, and it's always okay. It's always, always okay. Oh, I'm an alchemist right now. I am calling in compassion for myself. I'm going to feel that fully now. And every time we tend to our emotions in this way, we are strengthening a muscle of our own healing. Very interpersonal, but very profoundly effective. I promise you that. So it brings me to the fourth attribute, which is gratitude. A thankful heart stands with gratitude, right? It's when we are in gratitude, we are blessing self and the world around us. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, I heard this Einstein quote. He said, there's two ways to live life. One way is that nothing is a miracle. The other way is that everything is a miracle. I live in a world where everything is a miracle. Every single one of you that got up this morning, that showered and dressed and had a quick bite to eat and scooted in to be here, you are my miracle. And I am grateful, right? Everything is a miracle. And then, of course, the fifth attribute is love. Fall in love with yourself. Good morning. I love you. You are light. Try it again. Good morning. I love you. You are light. Fall in love with yourself again. When you fall in love with yourself first, it begins a ripple out that you might fall in love with life itself. So I thought it was done, and then I thought, wait. There's authenticity. Authenticity to me is the highest frequency that we can embody. There's science that's done. They put all the little electrodes on the head and look at the vibration, the frequency. They close these people up in a room. I think it was done in the Mayo Clinic. I'm not sure. I think that's right. I could be wrong. I could have made that up. But anyway, one of the big spots. Sat these people in a room and they asked them to just be in the state of love. Think of those that you love completely and fully. Think of love. And they monitored them. And they got a frequency that was high. But then they discovered that there was something else that was going on that might be worth looking at. So they brought the guys all back and the gals all back. And they asked them to sit in the center of their authenticity. And they did, and it was 40 times higher than love. Does that mean it's more than love? No. It's just a frequency that's vibrating even more rapidly. It's good stuff. So your authenticity, what we're saying is, it's safe to be right here in this authentic moment. It's powerful. And with that, I want to just say to you, thank you for your attention and your intention to be here. May you be inspired and empowered in all ways, gentle and strong, deep and sensitive. And may you know that this journey is a powerful and meaningful one. The very reason why you place your feet on this ground and breathe this beautiful air, drink the water of life. Thank you.